We got Charlie Marlow. We got Matty Whitener. We got Jimmy the Cat Hayes coming in for 30 minutes, but we'll probably tag it on for about an hour and a half. That's what we did last time. And by the way, we got Tyler the Cat Hayes. What's going on, kiddo?
Nothing.
Oh, baseball player right here. You're already better than your dad. Hey, this is the last show. It is kind of, look, we got a lot of good things coming up here. We got Hot Take Central coming up Monday, 7 to 10. Charlie's back, by the way. Charlie was gone. Matty Whitener helped out. We had some good shows going on.
I'm Ringo Starr this week.
You were Ringo Starr.
You're too smart for these guys.
That's what it is.
I think you are.
Well, that's why we invite them.
Very true.
You surround yourself with smart people. That's what you do.
I don't think that's the move, because you surround yourself with smart people like Matt, and then you look even more dumb. Like if you surround yourself with dummies, you fit right in.
But when you do a show...
Seth knows what I'm talking about.
But if you do a show and you're just pure dumb, the whole show's dumb. But if you have some dumb and then smart tagged on, then it's kind of half and half, and it's a lot better.
That's a good team concept.
Okay. Are you okay, Charlie?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm just saying, you drove a long time, you're hanging with the parents, all that kind of stuff.
Nephews.
Was it lovely? Can we talk about that for a little? Was it lovely?
Nieces, nephews, yeah. Let's get into that in a second. But first, I do have a hot take. I know we should keep
Central?
it. We should wait until Monday. But
all hot takes must be saved.
Yeah.
So camp starts the show. It's the last show. But it's really not, because we've all done 15 different shows with different names in different time slots with kind of the same people. Everybody rotates a little bit. And I was thinking, it reminds me of Conan O'Brien, because Conan O'Brien is always having a goodbye show, but he never really leaves. And I love Conan, but go back to when he left his late night show.
The end of his career, really.
Well, the later hour. Then he takes the Leno spot. But then he loses that because Leno comes back. He has another goodbye show, and then he goes
It gets ratings, Charlie.
No. I love Conan. Then he goes to TBS. He just had another goodbye from TBS, but he's not really leaving because I think he's now doing HBO Max. But he keeps having these goodbye shows, but he's not really going anywhere.
He just goes to the next channel.
Right. That's what we do here. This is the last show, but it's not, because we're actually coming back
Can't I be sentimental?
Monday with even more hours of radio.
That's what it is. But, you're absolutely right on that. But this is a special time. We do have a party in here right now, and we do start Monday, Hot Take Central, 7 to 10. Pretty excited about that. And we do have another special guest, by the way. Little Tyler, the Cat Hayes, is here. Sethy Close is going to be a part of this whole thing. What do you guys want to get into? You guys are all staring at me. I'm kind of getting intimidated right now.
Let me just say this about Conan, because I know a lot of people are talking about Conan today.
Yeah.
Is that a good analogy, though?
Yes.
I'm confused.
Except for the fact that the thing about Conan, who I used to love, this shows the laziness of the typical viewer, which I think I am.
Yeah.
He moved to TBS, which I only watch that like during playoffs or for sports now and then.
Family Matters.
And I never watched him once he moved because I was too lazy to follow him. But I think the crux of what you're saying is that Hot Take Central, while St. Louis is buzzing about it, because as I pointed out, it's the awful show that could save this republic, is really kind of just the same old soup reheated.
Yeah.
Repackaged.
Yes.
But, look.
New and improved repackaged.
I was driving home from my first home, Toledo, back to St. Louis yesterday. And, of course, every time I stop for gas, safely I wait to check my Twitter and all that. And I could see former Cardinals are buzzing about this. Matt Holliday, Kyle Loesch, potentially others. Just buzzing. Buzzing about this show.
Harrison Bader will be on Tuesday. Matt Holliday will be on Monday. I like to call him the lesser Matt.
Yeah.
We couldn't get you, so we got
That's
Holliday.
A compliment, Matt.
I was busy. I was busy. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, you're on Twitter, right? You might as well try to promote some stuff. Here's the thing about Twitter, though. If you go all promotion and none of your normal stuff, that will turn people off.
You're right.
So you have
Jimmy,
to find a balance.
1,000%, especially on Facebook, too. If I see a promotion on Facebook, I'm like, I'm not going to give it a look. I'm not even going to give it a look. Even and Twitter's so funky in so many different ways, to where even if you have like if you have a tweet and there's like a link where you have to do just press the damn thing, I'm not doing it. Lazy. We're all lazy on Twitter. So there's kind of like you have to look at the algorithm in different ways, Matty.
So here's the thing. I think Kat had a good point when he started off.
I like you.
Talking about raising the tides, right? So here's the key to Twitter. is to go in there and just get your promotions in, sell those ads by all means, but say something every once in a while that makes no sense, then say something really smart every fourth or fifth tweet, and then people are like, oh, this guy gets it because I didn't expect that from him.
Yes.
Cam, that's the formula that you've been running for years.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, say something like, did you figure out how many people go into the Hockey Hall of Fame? Since you didn't know that
No,
yesterday?
I did not.
Okay. But now if you go on Twitter and you figure that out, people will be like, that Cam, he really knows about hockey.
He's pretty smart.
Yeah.
He's a pretty smart guy.
Well, maybe not that far, but, yeah, that's how it works.
He's normal.
All right. I'm convinced, though, that Twitter is fueled by just once a day, somebody has a really hot take. It's really dumb. It's really controversial. Mm-hmm. And I look at it, and then everybody gets either outraged or there's faux outrage. Yep. And I'm thinking to myself, is this even real? For example, the last couple of days, John Madden passes away. Everybody has all these great tributes and whatnot. And then some nerd, some college professor, whoever, he's saying, no, the one I saw was a dude.
Okay.
But he said,
I saw that.
He just profited off of concussions and brain trauma and the African-American athlete and this and that. And I'm just thinking, are you really thinking this? And he said the video game, because the video game got so popular, it promoted violence and further ruined our culture.
Then he was outed as tweeting about Madden football himself. I don't know if you saw that part. He had been tweeting about Madden football and then came out against Madden football.
And I'm convinced this isn't even real. Like, everybody gets mad about one idiot.
It's not real. See, here's the thing about Twitter. If you ever get outraged by something you see on Twitter, that's on you. You know, like, even if someone attacks me on Twitter, I don't really get mad. Like, I don't really care. Like, sometimes I feel the need to come back in, but I look at it as a game. I don't really look at it as a real.
Yeah, but you're pretty good on Twitter. You're really good on Twitter. Meaning, like, you don't. Tyler? He's really good on Twitter, which is whatever. Instagram's the coolest. The point is, you don't put yourself in a situation for somebody to really hate you. But if you do have a real hot take politically or something, you're going to have a whole country.
I ain't going to do politics.
I ain't doing it.
And you know why?
I ain't Dan.
Like, I don't think people are like, hey, the Cardinals made a move. I need to hear what the cat thinks. Like, I don't put myself up there that
me neither.
People. I tweet because I want to have a footprint, and I think it's fun. And people are generally nice, and so it's a good way to interact. Yeah. I don't think my take has to be on Twitter for the world to be complete. So if they barely want to hear about me about who should be the Cardinals shortstop next season, why in the world would I think they want to hear my political views? That's,
Trevor Story. Answer the question.
I agree with you.
No. The answer is no. All right, you want to hear? Can I give a baseball take?
You don't have to
go ahead.
Okay.
I want to use that brain.
I believe that DeYoung and I believe that the Cardinals also believe can rebound and be a guy who will give them power. And he's not a bad shortstop. He's a plus shortstop. Is he a Gold Glover? I don't know. But hold on, let me spin, and then you guys can rip it apart, and then I'll go back and
Matt's already there
on Twitter later.
Go ahead.
Oh no,
go ahead. Get the Wiley veteran.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They also have Sosa in their pocket, who I'm not sure is an everyday player, but boy, he looked good as a shortstop. And then, if you really want to play fantasy baseball, I'm talking about everything goes right at spring training, and there's a need.
Ozzy's back.
Couldn't you move Edman to short and put Gorman at second base? So it's not like they have no options if DeYoung doesn't pan out. And I don't think at this point, based on what they have coming back, that, let's face it, they'll pay, but they'll pay when there's a need. I don't think they look at shortstop as the need, because with the emergence of the other guys in the lineup, they already have an extended lineup now, if things pan out.
So here's what happens on Twitter. You break that down. It's exquisite. We understand. I think it's a rational approach. But, Kat, what about Carlos Correa? And then it's, all right, now we're all the way back at letter A right now.
I think if you look at priorities, what they have coming back, I think bullpen, they've been burned by spending money on relievers, but I would like to see Joe Kelly back. I know he wants to come back. They had initial interest in him, but there's other options you can get. I think they have depth in starting rotation. I think you can never have too much depth. We saw that last year. Those, to me, are the main needs. I think they're and maybe a left-handed bat off the off the bench. If a DH comes, then you got to get somebody.
I also think there's what they should do or what they could do to make the team as good as possible, but we also know there's a budget. So clearly they could upgrade at shortstop. But it's pretty much crazy talk to discuss Carlos Correa because it's not going to happen, even though there is a fit with the Cardinals being able to upgrade at shortstop in arguably or inarguably the greatest shortstop market free agent-wise we've ever seen. But I agree with you in terms of Paul DeJong. So look at his first couple years. OPS plus. First year, 121. Second year, 102. Third year, the All-Star year. Remember, he made the All-Star team. You have to have one All-Star. But he hit 30 homers, and his OPS plus was 99. They just need him to be around there. If he's league average, nobody's saying he has to be Carlos Correa. But as you mentioned, if you have Goldschmidt, Arenado, you have a Gold Glover in Edman, you love your young outfield, you don't need Paul DeJong to be a 130 OPS plus. But if he can just be league average, he's a useful player. And I don't think it's that much of a stretch to think he could get back to league average.
That's why, if they're prioritizing things, that's why I don't think this is the way they look at it as a glaring need, because they believe they're going to get some value.
Pull your mic up a little closer to yourself.
Thank you.
Wait, you're too far away. I can't hear you. Go ahead.
It's probably better for the show.
I was going to do it like silently so you didn't get off track. I'm sorry about that.
No, I like that. You're like a coach on the field.
We couldn't hear you. I was going to tell him to turn. I couldn't hear you.
I haven't been on radio.
I have to say something.
I've been in radio exile for over a year.
I know.
I don't know how to do
It's
this.
all good, baby. Go ahead. My B.
How about some great comments in the text line? You know I love the text line.
Yeah.
I've gotten this bad rap.
You
Charlie
have.
No text and all that. It's not true whatsoever. Okay, Joe Boozrum says, guys, what about superstar Brian McCann as a backup catcher this year? Now, I believe he retired. Kat, I think you were there too. The game he retired was when the Cardinals knocked out the Braves in the 2019 NLDS Game 5. And remember, we did a video. I poured one out for Brian McCann because he is a superstar in my book.
You died on that hill not once, but multiple
If anybody, look, you need to put this into context. We had this argument. I bet you it was close to 10 years ago. And I'll do it right now. I'll argue about this for another 45 minutes. Nobody wants to hear it. Brian McCann's
you think
career.
Brian McCann was a great player?
No, hold on. Hold on.
Great.
If Javi Lopez was, he was.
Now, hold on. His career trajectory till about age 30 was fantastic. And then he had a huge drop-off. We had this conversation about 10 years ago. He has records in terms of catchers that have hit 20 home runs in a season, did it like 8, 9, 10 times. I mean, he's up there in the history of baseball for offensive power-hitting catchers. End of story.
But did he do it clean, baby?
Brian McCann?
Did he do it clean,
jacked?
baby?
You died on that hill so many times, and your corpse is laying there, and it's like Charlie's dead on the hill, and then you're like, he's still great.
I'll look up his numbers right now.
Can I do some baseball referencing on Brian McCann there? The similarity scores. Oh, I'm on it.
Okay.
He spent 8 years as his most similar by age with Lance Parrish, and his all time is Jorge Posada.
That's a hell of a player.
With 1 year of Frankie Hayes. Kat, do you know Frankie Hayes? Is that
my cousin?
Okay, there it is.
How about career homers?
Great guy.
All time?
Yeah.
We're looking at 282 dongs.
For a catcher?
A 262 average.
Some silver sluggers in there?
30,
Some all-stars?
33. We got 6 silver sluggers.
6. Cat, 6
It's not a
silver
great player.
sluggers. 6 silver
very good
sluggers
player,
at the
not
catching
great.
position?
Well, let's settle this. Cam, his all-time career WAR is 32. Your thoughts?
What's his hair look like?
There
Is
it
it like
is.
Charlie's?
You know,
Okay.
I will say this. Back when we started arguing this, and then argued it again and again and again, and I stood over Charlie's dead body on that hill numerous times, I had the stats to debunk that McCann was a great player. And I think you said, and I think we've kind of
That
watered
wasn't the
down.
term.
You said
It was superstar.
okay? And that's a different, okay? So Charlie has backpedaled in the initial argument. It was initially superstar. And again, Charlie died and died and died.
All right.
Stop dying, Charlie. I need you.
Let's end on this. I have to have the last word. First of all, career OPS plus of 110, 10% above league average. I admit it. Huge drop-off towards the end of his career. you could liken it in a way to Matt Carpenter in the sense of the shift destroyed this man. The shift, it really did. The shift destroyed his numbers. It's absolutely true. So look at his first about 10 years. Second year, All-Star Silver Slugger. Third year, All-Star. The next year, All-Star Silver Slugger, All-Star Silver Slugger, All-Star 21st in the MVP Silver Slugger, All-Star Silver Slugger, another All-Star, another top 25 MVP.
Don't act like you were declaring him a superstar during that, because I remember a tweet where I had tweeted out his combined.
You guys have good memories, by the way.
And they were garbage.
No, this is what
not superstar numbers.
No, this is what happened.
Tyler, who's the best catcher in baseball?
Yadier Molina.
Yeah,
I knew he was going to say that.
Look, last week, Kat was on the show, and he said, every TV station, they find one stat to prove that they're number one in ratings. And Kat did that with Brian McCann. He said, on Tuesdays of night games, he bats $1.20. Back in my day, catchers hit $2.45.
No, because what I had done was I had combined his stats for, he hadn't hit above, $240 or something for, 4 years, and you were still declaring him a superstar.
Batting average, overrated stat now, okay? We focus on OPS, we focus on slug. Hey, look, save it for a slow day. We got a lot to talk about.
Cam, this
let me hit the text line.
You have to trade me Tarasenko. I like him better than the guy who was happy. By the way, I just want to tell you that.
Wait, what are you saying now?
I demand to be traded Tarasenko. I love this version of him. He's been great.
Oh, he's been unbelievable. But back on this McCann cat. Who is this dude?
He's a beard guy.
Now I'm you guys been talking about it for 20. Now I'm curious. What is he?
It's more of an inside joke. This has been going on 10 years. 10 years. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a funny little joke. I'm sure. Look, someone in the text line brought it up.
Did you ever hear the Waino story?
Oh, here we go.
I didn't hear a lot of
another lie.
I was playing when you guys were doing this. I didn't listen.
No one did.
I was in Jersey, I think.
I wasn't playing either, but
Did you listen to it?
No, I wasn't listening either. But
so
it's okay.
Charlie was at the time in love with television, and really making a name for himself.
My last day is tomorrow. I'm still in love with TV.
Still in love with it.
And then we were at spring training, and I forget what the story was. Waino was hurt. I think it was like national news, right? And Charlie was tethered to his tripod and his camera with his one-man operation, and was about to do a live hit. And what happens? All the other media was there, but no one was going live. And who comes walking in? Waino. And I thought to myself, let me finish the story because Matt's interested now. He's intrigued.
He drove in. He wasn't walking in.
He was He parked, and then he walked.
Floating.
And there was Charlie. And Charlie had this look because he thought network. This is network, right? I can get Waino live, the guy everyone wants to hear from because he hadn't spoken yet.
Yeah.
And instead of saying, Waino, I'm with Waino live and just rolling the dice, this is what we got from Charlie Marlow. Hey, Waino. And Waino walked right by. And there, a career ended.
First of all,
Gonzo.
None of that is true. I was probably, and he knows because he's laughing. None of this is true, which is fine. It's a great joke.
It's a lot true, though. It's a lot true.
It's 5% true.
I'm going to say it's 78% true.
I was 70 yards away from him.
Disagree.
70 yards, tethered with an XLR cable and a tripod to a camera. I was 70 yards away from Adam Wainwright.
Yeah,
By the
can't
way,
scream.
And then, no more than 5 minutes later, Adam Wainwright did a nice scrum press conference, featured live, the only local TV station, live with that. Fox 2, baby. Coverage you can count on.
So what you're saying right now is you had a chance at the exclusive during your live hit, and the moment was just a little too big.
Well, here's the deal.
This reminds me of when Dexter Fowler signed here, and we were doing a live. It was the Christmas party at Wheelhouse, and we were doing a live show down there. And they said, "Well, Frank's on the tarmac at Lambert, waiting on Dexter to get off the plane. He'll have audio. He'll send it up. We'll play it on air." I was like, "Wait a minute now. Is this what TV's about? You got to go stand out in front of airplanes to get it done?"
The good ones do it.
I mean, that sounds like that might have been a little much, Chuck.
I only did that one time, and that was for, of all people, Jason Garrett at the Lambert International Airport. We got a scoop. I think it was from Scoops Pelican. He was either on the flight or he had a friend on the flight coming from, I guess it would have been the Dallas area or somewhere in Texas. And Jason Garrett was at the airport. And so it was my job to ambush him He didn't end up getting the job. They hired Spags, which was a great tenure.
Great tenure.
As you know, a lot of wins.
Pillars.
4 pillars and 4 wins in 4 seasons.
Good defensive
So did they
coordinator.
tell you to go to the airport, try to get in, try to find this guy, get something,
run through
get
TSA,
something, earn your paycheck? Like, what did they say to you?
Well, also, I felt the need to kind of ambush him.
Yeah.
Because if I asked him and he said no, I wouldn't get anything. And again, this is another one of these stories I've told way too many times. It's probably not even that interesting.
We're going to recycle it starting Monday.
We recycle.
We'll probably not. That's what we do.
We'll repackage on Monday.
Yeah.
But one of the funnier parts of this is going back, 2009 probably? Because Linehan was fired my first year, I believe. What was funny, though, is as I'm at the airport waiting for Jason Garrett, I look over and I see Darryl Strawberry. And I didn't know at the time, Darryl Strawberry lives
St. Charles,
in the St. Charles area. Yeah. But I think he had maybe just moved, and then he saw all these camera crews, and I think he thought we were there for him.
No.
And I could kind of see him maybe like hiding a little bit, and I'm like, here's Darryl Strawberry. Should I interview him as well?
Yeah, you should.
Funny, as we're waiting for Jason Garrett, that all of a sudden Darryl Strawberry just walks by.
And he ran away from you?
No, he's fantastic, man. He's done all kinds of interviews, and he's turned his life around, and he's big into his local church here and writing books and doing great things.
Boy, that guy could destroy baseballs.
There you go.
Moly. Holy
Daryl, stepdad Gary chimes in and goes, "Hey boys, good to hear the cat. I know they are new. They are the new enemy, but any chance for a Tuna Fish Vaughn appearance on the new show?"
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
A simulcast?
I mean, we're down for whatever.
This is like a We Are the World thing for St. Louis radio.
I know.
As I said in Dan Caesar's article,
that's what you're thinking about.
We're not in competition.
Like.
It's two awful shows that are vastly different.
Okay, here's where we come together. Did you guys notice that a bunch of the local TV personalities did a promo together where they all showed off that they had been vaccinated? You see this commercial?
I didn't.
So it was Channel 4, Channel 5,
those. Yep.
Channel 2. Everybody kind of pulled up their sleeve.
Oh, my God.
Showed off their Band-Aid, but it was all of
so
the
cool.
competing
And they
local.
And they showed it on Channel 11.
And they're going to have to get another one in a week?
Well, hey, they showed it on all the networks. So that's what we will do.
So
Someday
cool.
we will come together as competing radio stations for a greater cause.
An issue that's bigger, like the trolley. If it's the trolley,
throw money at that.
Their show and our show can come together to support.
I think getting the Comrex out, hopping on the trolley, and doing a farewell show on the trolley to launch this one, that's a missed marketing opportunity.
My goodness.
That's all I'll say.
The trolley.
And, I was talking to Dave Zobrist, and he was like, by the way, excellent guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Terrific human being.
The station, honestly, has a cleaner, more wholesome feel. I don't know why. There's something.
You like to be here?
There was something that was. There was like a head cut out. But Dave said, guys, and you were at this meeting too, Charlie, this imaginary meeting. Cam, you were there, where he said, I'm going to take out television spots, and I'm going to put up billboards, and we're going to just blow the roof off this new show. And we said, Dave, no. Let us use our social media.
Yes.
Let's be sensible about this. Mostly because we felt like if we hype it up too much,
we'll get too big.
The show isn't really good. We got some explaining.
Yeah, that too.
You always want.
I don't want to get too popular.
You don't look at your watch during the.
No,
it's early.
It told me to stop taking caffeine for the rest of the day. Actually, I don't even know why my phone told me that.
First of all, I agree with you, but I promise you, I bet Cat went and pulled over his car back in the day and took a picture of that billboard. I bet you did.
I did that twice, actually. I'm not going to lie to you.
Come on. Somebody sent it to you. Cam, you did it.
I did it for the Hans Wyman one I had, and then for the 591 in St. Charles. No, it was in South County, right by 55. Perfect location for a billboard with my name on it, of course.
And can I just say, I know it sounds like sucking up,
Charlie.
It sounds like sucking
you
up.
Just say anything.
And Dave Zobrist just walked by.
No, that was
it's very kind of old school hack radio to suck up to the boss and the owner, but he really is a great guy, and everybody loves him. So when you say that, like back in the day, we've probably all said that, but not meant it. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm being dead serious. We actually mean this. No, we've all sucked up back in the day to a boss or an owner, whatever, that we didn't really like. We didn't really mean it. My point is,
I never did to a radio owner.
Okay.
Never.
Whatever. You did.
No, he has not.
My point is, we all truly love and respect Dave Zobrist, and it's going to be fantastic here at 590 The Fan.
Hot
The
Take
all
Central,
new.
baby.
Here's the difference.
590 The Fan.
Guys like you, Charlie, that would say great things about a guy you didn't really care for, the reason you'd say it is that would win you favor with them. I don't think Dave cares that we're complimenting him, which is a tribute to him. And here's the other thing. He doesn't want to be in the paper.
Yeah, no.
You ever seen that before?
Yep.
It's amazing.
It's not about him. We can dig deeper into this.
And I feel bad about that article in the paper, not because...
What'd they say about me?
They said good things,
but
okay. it was kind of like about me, not you guys. And honestly, it's your show. I mean, it's your show. I'm just a guest on it.
Was it Dan Caesar?
Dan Caesar, but I will say this.
The C's dog?
Like for years, because I've been fired a lot.
Me too.
I used the same picture with the dumb cap and the dumb, every time. Like you could take it's the same picture. Fired, hired, fired, rehired, fired. Yeah. So I said to Caesar, who called and asked me, if I say some things, I said, only if you use a different picture. I said, I mean, you had a story about McKernan, and you used a picture of him with a senator. I go, and you're still using
hair.
The dumbest picture of me. So actually, my guys at Bally sent Caesar a picture, and I got a new picture.
Nice headshot.
It was
Glossy.
an action photo of me. We were doing a lot of remote broadcasting, so it was me talking about a game that was hundreds of miles away in front of a nice background.
I love it. You're excited to get back on the road, though.
Yes.
And be with the boys.
Listen, I always say this. When it comes to Bally Sports Midwest, I am like the bottom of the totem pole. Like I don't make decisions. I don't get to question decisions. So a lot of things that, why aren't you doing this? I'm just a foot soldier, really. But I know the plan is if everything goes according to plan. We don't know what the pandemic's going to do. We don't know what baseball's going to do. We don't know what's going on with the lockout. But I know there was a lot of optimism about being back on the road.
Okay, before the show started, we had our long pre-show meeting. And you made a great point, the first great point you've ever made. And you
Who
said...
are you pointing at?
Getting better.
Oh, him.
Tyler.
Hey, dude.
So Kat said, I'm like the Billy Martin of local radio or 590 fans. So 590 fans
specifically 590
is George Steinbrenner. You're Billy Martin. Billy Martin, Hall of Famer. I know it didn't end well. Feisty, tenacious.
Wanted to fight Reggie.
A winner. There you go. And that's where we've all, if you do radio and TV, you're going to get fired and laid off and shows change. I truly don't believe being fired from radio is really being fired, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're really fired.
So I remember the time before last I got fired from radio. Charlie, and this is a true story, Charlie said, I'll see you next time. and that was it. And the next time I did it, I'm looking across at Charlie. That's the best advice that I got right there.
Comes around, goes around.
I'll see you next time.
What an industry. I had never been fired from any job ever until I was fired by 590 the first time around. So it did take a little getting used to. Now, my dad used to say the key to not being fired is to show up on time always and make sure you're wearing pants.
Well said.
Check.
Which is a problem sometimes.
Not for me.
But yeah, I didn't get fired, but they didn't pay me my salary anymore.
Where was this?
Here? And I just I just got to keep doing this and get better, and everything works out.
Well, it's exposure. It's an opportunity.
I just got to suck it up.
Sometimes the platform is actually worth more than the money. That sounds like a situation from the movie Office Space, where the guy with the stapler, where they let him go, but they forgot to stop paying him. So they had to fix the glitch. He was fired 10 years ago,
great movie.
And due to a payroll error, he kept receiving checks. So you had to fix the glitch.
And no one ever told him he was fired.
Wasn't he the guy that kept getting his desk moved?
Yeah, the stapler.
And he's like, here you go. No, you're down here. Then he's in the dungeon.
End, look, this is a good lesson, though. In the end, didn't he burn the building down?
Yeah. Yeah, he murdered everybody, I think.
Take care of that guy.
He had the look to him of the type of guy you don't want to fire. Who's going to go fire him because you don't know what's going to happen?
He's like Bill Buscemi in, what was that movie? Billy Madison?
Steve Buscemi,
when he's crossing everybody's names off.
And then he didn't receive his cake, right? He didn't get the cake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody took it.
That was the tipping point right there. He's like, all right, that's it. I remember that scene. I remember that copier getting beat up in that field.
That was
great movie.
That was Milton.
That was a good movie.
Milton and his stapler.
Now, Cam, I'm not going to just throw this out there because I'm starting a show with you, but people do love you.
Oh.
People love you.
Well, thank you.
Honestly. So, I mean, we were thinking about a show. I know they don't love me. I think people like Charlie, but I think his West Coast values tick off some.
He's a fancy lad.
But you're beloved. So my plan was...
Does my wife love me?
Well,
I don't know her.
Well, I mean, that's the main thing, you know?
we brought Kat in to help you with that connection.
Well,
so we'll see how it
no,
goes.
she does. She does.
But I was just going to, like, which wagon can I hit? It was a little awkward there. Like, what am I, like a psychotherapist on something?
Oh, you said people love me. I'm like, oh.
I'll give you some advice. It depends on where you want to go.
But that's an easy one. You have an outsider from Toledo who comes in with his hot takes and really ruffles feathers.
Yeah.
Or you have the first ever homegrown NHL player besides... Who's above you? Is it
nobody?
Pat LaFontaine?
He's not from here.
So Pat LaFontaine...
He's not from here.
I think he was born here in the hospital and then immediately left.
And he left.
They traded him immediately.
Nothing. He went to Minnesota.
Right. In terms of somebody who grew up in the St. Louis area, Cam Janssen, born and raised in Eureka, he used to be a real kind of tough blue-collar guy when he lived in Eureka. Now he's a St. Albanian.
Oh,
he has a butler.
I'm a princess.
A little bit different story, but still, he's still our guy.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I think what's endearing about Cam is in terms of reach and size, he was overmatched by pretty much everyone he fought in his NHL career, especially reach. But you know what? Let's go. He's going to take up for his teammates.
Can't say no.
And that's where last Tuesday,
don't write that down.
I was listening to Hot Mike.
You can say no.
And Jamal Mayers. It was really interesting discussion just about fighting and the science of fighting. And he said later on in his career, when he realized he would have to fight more, he went and I believe started studying at Krav Maga.
Yeah,
and
I heard that too.
Fighting techniques. And he was talking about how if you're a different size, and he mentioned you with the fact that you knew, and you can certainly describe this better than I, but tell people how you basically had to attack or know you were going to get hit as you engaged against a taller player.
Well, styles make fighters, and I couldn't just go in there and go toe-to-toe. So I had to have a style. I had to have some sort of game plan going on. But I started doing that. My dad dropped me off at 16 years old at Finney's up there at Crestwood Mall when Crestwood Mall was there. My dad's like, you got to go in there. And right when I walked in, I saw Alex Brooks, awesome guy, works there, played in the NHL, my captain in Albany, great dude. And Reed Lowe was in there too, boxing. And I went in there and we did like hockey fight training. We did boxing, and all of a sudden we're like, no, we got to like take a towel, put it around your neck just like this, like this scarf, hold on to each other, put headgear on, take one and switch up and do crazy stuff like that. That's what I started doing with Finney. I'm going to give him another shout out. Dakota Joshua's over there right now too, working with them as well. Patty Maroon, Brandon Bullock, we all got guys going there. So we had to create our own hockey fight strategy in the summertime, and that helped because when you're 5'11" and a guy's 6'5", like you're gonna have to eat some. Like it's just he's got the reach on you. So I was always able to eat punches in the right way, not in my chin. I always take my hands. This is great radio, but I go like this, and I have my hands over my nose and my jaw. Okay, radio. If you get hit there, you're getting caught. That's going to set you back. But if you graze them over your head like I did, you're going to be able to eat about 15 to get your groove, get your grip, and then find your rhythm.
Down. Like I've watched some of your fights, you would wear guys down.
Chaser had to do the same damn thing. Chaser was doing the same thing where he was switching up. I had to throw lefts. I had to learn how to throw left-handed.
Let me see the size of your hands.
They're gigantic and sweaty.
Because Chaser had little hands.
He's got little. Thank you. Oh, chassé. Right? Tiny little. He's got little hands.
Does he still ever? Because would you talk smack if he were right here?
Hell yeah.
All right.
But he'll bash me too. He's very witty.
He's great.
Oh,
he's great.
Chaser's done a lot for me. We're close. But yeah, I chirp him for his little hands all the time. But he cuts you with it. Like he's like, yeah, I got little hands, but you see these knuckles are they're like knives. So every time he hits you, he cuts you a little bit. There's actually a video of Chaser on Twitter today. You know how you say the cat always not this cat, but the other cat that runs St. Louis hockey history. Yeah. And they always
it's basically the Cam Janssen Twitter feed.
And Chaser.
So I like that. I like looking at
it. It's cool. But Chaser had a good one when he was in
Hartford,
and he buckled that Stephon Lefebvre. That was pretty cool. But he's got little hands. And you brought that up, not me.
Well, the best fight that I almost started was when the Post had the top 12 or so fighters in Blues history. And I think you checked in underneath a couple of people that you took an objection to. But then Reed Lowe came in even underneath you. And it
underneath meaning bad or...
well, not usually underneath, but in ranking style.
Okay,
but the thing about it is that almost started a whole fight with you all. And then Chaser walked in and said, oh, I'll bag them both up, and then walked out the other door on the other side of the room. It's the best fight.
He ain't going to do it now.
Because you all are way too old to be hit in the head now, period.
Not doing it. We talk about that.
You know who people don't remember as bad a man as DJ King.
Oh, Jimmy.
Now, this was a different world when I was doing stories for Blues pregame.
When you were still good.
When I was still good. And I wasn't past my prime. You like that, Tyler?
He did.
So I got permission. I would never get permission today. I wanted to do a story, DJ King terrorizes St. Louis. I don't even think it exists anymore. And we've planted everything. And I walked around with DJ King, Keener Plaza. A kid walks by with a skateboard. DJ King goes and pushes him and takes the skateboard. We walk into like an Arby's or whatever was down there. DJ King orders a roast beef sandwich and doesn't want to pay, and they give it to him. And we had like a few bits, guy. And then it ran. I thought it was funny because it was obviously sort of satire about how tough he was. Something like that would never play today.
No
never.
way. And he's the nicest guy in the world, by the way. And he was underrated, but he kind of fell off real quick when he got traded. I took Reaver took my job. I took Kinger's job. They kept me instead of him, and then whatever. You know how that all goes.
Reeves would kill both of you.
Reeves is doing his thing, and he's making money, and he's going to play for another 3 years. It would have been a good. Reaver's not killing either one of us. I don't think.
All right. Twister.
Twister would kill all of us. Twister would kill all of us.
Okay.
So do you think, those type of stories, where if you go back in the archives, back in the day, Rich Gould, Martin, you could do stuff like that, joking around with the players. Now, and I'm not just talking about the COVID era where everybody's doing less because nobody wants to be around people, and I understand that. But do you think there's fewer stories like that? Like at spring training, you always do a funny story. You have lunch with somebody, whether it's Matt Adams or David Freese. And I know now maybe this.
Well, you guys all stole that from me because
I never did it.
First guy.
I never did it. All right, I stick to hardcore baseball.
Yeah.
Hey, Wayno.
Zips projections and all that. But when the Cardinals, they had Jack Flaherty and Harrison Bader go out and shop for Mike Schilt. And I thought that was funny. It's cute. We know
it's cute.
It's funny.
Let me give you the backstory.
But there's less of that now,
because
correct?
Every team has social media now.
That's what I'm saying. Every player.
Harrison Bader, who will be on Tuesday.
Yep.
I had set up when the Cardinals were in Los Angeles to go shopping on Rodeo Drive. I said, "What are the designers you like?" I actually did legwork on this. I don't even know the name. Found the headquarters. Told them what I was doing. Cleared it with my place. Cleared it with the store. We're bringing a Major League Baseball player. We're going to shop at your place. I think this is when Bader was a rookie second. I don't remember. Anyway, we're all set to go. And Bader said, "Hey, is it all right if I back out of this? Because I think it's too much and I don't want to make it." Bader is a good dude. I know people like, "Oh, they made him the king." Bader cares and he gets it. So he said, "Can I back out?" And I was like, "Absolutely. I'm not going to ever do anything to make you feel uncomfortable. We'll do it another time." Then what happened the next year? The Cardinal media took him.
With Flaherty, though, different story. They added Jack Flaherty. And it's a team thing.
Yeah. And
it's
when
for
you're
your team.
You're not going to, you better get your hook to into some players or you're not going to get the opportunity to do stories like that because the team, rightfully so, it's their team. They're going to let their media do it.
But I like that Harrison Bader thought like that because he knows. Look, if you're out there making catches, you're healthy, you're hitting home runs, you can do all that stuff. But it isn't the greatest look if you're struggling or there's paying your dues also.
That's where he was.
And it's good that he acknowledged that. I think that first year they did market him a lot. Remember the
Blues do
the
same
blue
thing
jerseys
too.
though. And look, he's a very engaging, he's a great personality, but I think he probably realized, hey, let's put up 2-3 good seasons, establish myself, then you can do whatever you want.
I liked about Bader he had a game where it was one of his worst games of his career. I think he dropped I can't even remember, but it was brutal. And it was Zoom, I think. And he went out there and said, it was terrible, but I'm better than that. I believe him. The way he answered it was great, and he didn't hide. A lot of guys, I would look if it never happened to me where I had a bad moment on radio, or a bad show. Never. But can you imagine walking outside? You had, 10 people want to say, "How come you were awful today?"
Yeah,
you would ditch out the back door.
Well, it's easier to deal with that a play than like something like internal or like something at home that you did wrong. That you avoid. But if you mess up on the outfield, you bust your ass. You have a big fan base. Yeah, you got to deal with that. I don't know. But you're right, though. He does give good answers. Like, he works hard. We do chirp him a little bit because he does over-exaggerate when he hits the wall and stuff like that. But we all did that crap. Like, you do. Like, you're putting on a show still, too. It's still entertainment. But he does work hard, man. He's fun to watch. Got sick hair. And now he's going to be part of the show, baby. I can't wait for that.
So can't wait for that. Is that every Tuesday? Or just starting Tuesday, and then we'll work figure it out?
And we'll work from there.
I'm going to say it's probable that it's going to be every week. He's agreed to it. I just want the station to be involved and make sure that somehow I'm not legally liable.
Well, there you go. Can we talk about, I'll have to give him a compliment. Can we talk about the power of Jimmy the Cat Hayes here? Because we did have a national marketing rep who contacted me about doing some segments with a couple Cardinal players they represent, one of which is Harrison Bader. And so I brought it up, and Kat said, no. I'm going right at it. We're not going with no national
in-between
Beverly Hills marketing rep.
No.
All right. And Kat got it done. Although that guy was fantastic, we'll probably do other stuff with him.
They're usually not fantastic, though.
But hey, when you see that, no, this guy was. But when you see that, you're looking at your phone. You get all these spam calls. Like, my phone is still a Lansing, Michigan area code because I'm lazy. So anytime I see a 517, I know it's spam, and I just delete, block. But when you see that number come up and it says Beverly Hills, it says Beverly Hills, California. Just kind of a different feeling when you see that.
That's actually what the phone ringer says when it calls. It doesn't ring like usual. It says
it's a
Beverly
credit
Hills.
card company calling you,
That's
by
right.
the way.
Yeah, this is Charlie. You know what? I'll have one of my people get back to you.
Yeah.
And by my people, I mean me.
Let me hit the text line right quick. 855-282-8255. Dave the Pipe Layer chimes in and goes, This is going to be radio magic. Great combo. Can't wait for January 3rd already. Happy New Year's, men. Less Cat, more Tyler. Excited to love the new duo. I will be sure to be frequent guests calling in and discussing scores from around the league so you all can transfer me around from department to department. Webster Groves winning. No, you're coming. No. We're going to. That was Rock likes to look the other way because he always thinks Big Al and Hockey Bob are calling and he totally ignores them. And then they call my personal phone, and then when I don't answer, they call my wife. Why does that happen? I don't know. A couple over here. You are off the air, Cam. I don't know what that means. I guess we're off the air. Hoosiers love Cam. Martin loves Chuck. We want to hear Jeff's voice. Jimmy loves Mo. Carlos Danger. That's a good God.
I do love Mo.
I'm excited about the new show. Love all three guys. Only thing I'd change is adding Kilcorn to the mix. That's a lot of talking. That's a lot.
He's great.
He's great, though.
He's too good for us. He is. He's too good.
Can I say something real quick?
No.
It's your show.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm trying to be polite. All right.
And I got to go.
Leave that to me.
And by the way, I know deep down, I do think that Cam is a little disappointed that the show won't start and it won't be his music and this is the Cam Janssen show. I think he wants one special hour where his name can still be involved in the show.
Can I just have my music?
Sure. Have we picked
we can't do
music
that name thing. No. No, I do. It is a sad day because
aren't you going to do a remote show also?
I don't know. That's a lot of work, Jimmy. What the heck? I got to do podcasts and that and cameos.
You know what? You're familiar with JHE.
Who?
Jim Hayes Enterprises.
Oh, well, hello.
Look that up for the industry standard.
Who are you looking at?
Okay.
Oh, there he is. There's Bob. Okay, button up.
Dave's over.
Here he is.
Our favorite.
Button up.
There he is.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't talk about him.
Is he looking?
Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
That's probably
in the eyes.
No eye contact.
So tomorrow,
I do get the feeling too. Like he's like, just do your thing.
Yes,
leave me out of it.
Yeah,
it's great.
Just go do your thing.
It's fantastic.
Try not to be awful.
People think we're making this up. They think we're sucking up. We're not. However, so tomorrow's my last day of TV. I've had the weirdest exit for this reason. Whoever you do your contract where it ends right after the holidays, everybody's on vacation. So I had to go in for a little bit Christmas Day. Then I was off this whole week, and I'm in tomorrow, New Year's Eve. So people have been saying goodbye to me like 3 weeks ago. They say, hey, I'm off the next 2 weeks. You're off the following week. And because everybody's on vacation, there's literally nobody there to say goodbye to. So, like, I'm leaving. I'm kind of working by myself, and I don't think I've seen Martin in 2 weeks and some of our producers that are on vacation. But I think it's fitting that I'm just going to kind of just maybe even on tape my last show, Kat. Maybe on tape, it's New Year's Eve, and just kind of ride off. I don't need a big
Can you do the Incredible Hulk
performance
with the piano music, thumbing your way down the street?
I can do that.
The station.
So you think they're gonna like have a party for you, and you're like,
no, and I don't deserve a party,
no,
whatsoever. But my point is more so because everybody's off for Christmas, for New Year's, like nobody's there. So my last day, it's like people that have been there for 2 days. Everybody that's anchoring has worked there for 2 months. I'm kind of like, yeah, it's been a great 14 years, everybody.
See ya.
You know,
You're out of time. Throw it a break.
I've seen you on television quite a bit. You know, I'm a fan. Even though when I take a screenshot of you, you always complain that
when I have a Bell's palsy in my cheek.
I've taken 2 or 3 pictures of you, and you always complain, like, you know, a wife might.
But you purposely take a bad picture.
No, I just take a picture, and I'm always full of praise. And I have to go because we have to take our dog Stella to get her nails trimmed.
Love Stella.
You can't do it yourself, can you? I know the game.
What do you mean?
You can't do it yourself. Does she go crazy?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I mean.
She would tear my arm off.
I know.
She is crazy.
Don't do that to her.
But here's the thing I will miss about you on television. First of all, I'm not just kissing up to you because we do a show. I wish you would get back to being really more, instead of promoting stuff, which is good, be funnier on Twitter because you're one of the best, funniest Twitter followers out there. But every time you're doing a story and you're going to something that you know is kind of funny or is satirical, that little smirk that you have on your face that lets the viewer know, I'm going to be funny right here. I'm going to miss that.
That cheesy little grin.
Boys, Monday.
See you, dude.
Great
Matt,
stuff.
Thanks.
Right on.
Good to see you, Kat.
Can't wait.
See you,
Kat, Tyler.
See you, Tyler.
Merry
You
Christmas.
did good today, buddy.
Happy New Year.
Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you on Monday.
That's what you want to hear. That's
Kat
what
and
they want
Tyler.
to hear.
We have a meeting.
See you guys. Thank you.
Oh, tomorrow?
We have a meeting at 11 o'clock.
And
Yeah,
everyone's going to, we have a new producer?
No, he can't. Well, he texted me. He's down at Springfield. They're having a going away party for him, and he's like, "Cameron, it might be tough to make it all the way back." I go, "No.
It's fun.
Go have fun.
It's fun.
Go do your
But I
thing.
do like how
Go do your
one
thing."
of the members of the new show is in contact with the new producer. Seems like a bit of a power play.
Do we not have a text line last night that I created for everybody? Now we're all on the same page. This is what we do. That's how you do it.
That's leadership.
That's leadership right there. I'll put a C on my jersey.
See you, buddy.
See you, Tyler. See you, buddy.